We're on the sidelines of the Minds and Money conference in New York. With me now is Chris Berry, editor of the Disruptive Discoveries Journal. Chris, good to have you back on the show.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
We're talking lithium, a bit of a segue here from gold. What's it looking like here?
Well, what's really happened is the cycle has evolved. So lithium pricing, both for the hydroxide and the carbonate, which is what everybody cares about, has remained firm and actually increased in some instances. But share price returns for sort of the developers and the juniors have tailed off somewhat. And I think that's typically what you see as these cycles for these commodities continue to evolve. So there's been a lot of focus lately on the majors, Albemarle and SQM and what they're doing to increase capacity, and you've seen those share prices in particular.
So is it a buy then now?
Well, I think selectively, yeah. I think, if we were having this conversation 12 or 18 months ago, I think you would want to be looking a little bit more aggressively at the junior space, because the lithium story wasn't as well understood and there was a lot of potential value creation there, and a lot of that has been wrung out of that end of the market in my opinion. And so I think you want to focus on those sort of near-term development stories and also the majors more so at this point.
And now Cobalt seems to be a rising star.
Well, I'm actually more excited or more intrigued about Cobalt than I am about lithium, just because of the fact that it's almost all of it is produced as a byproduct, and almost all of it, to the tune of, let's say, 60%, comes from the DRC. And so when you sort of do some back of the envelope math and you try and think about where we are with vehicle electrification goals out 3 to 5 to 10 years, there is no way to get away from cobalt coming from the DRC. So this is going to be a reckoning for automotive makers and battery manufacturers.
I think a lot of people are concerned that it may be a passing fad. But how does one invest in cobalt?
Well, that's been one of the challenges. Right now, there are no pure plays, okay? The only way to get, I would say, maximize your cobalt exposure is through investing in a company like Glencore. And, for them, again, they're really copper, they're into the other base metals. They make a fair amount of money from cobalt, but again, there's really no way to get pure play exposure. You've seen a lot of juniors come into the space and try and say, hey, look at us, we're a pure play, sort of exploration play in Ontario or wherever, but it's really challenging because those projects from a production perspective are 5, 6, 7 years away.
Finally, I know you are moderating a panel later this afternoon, Chris. It's the first time Minds and Money comes to New York. What do you feel the sentiment is like in the mining space?
I think it's definitely turned. I still see some of the trepidation and the apprehensiveness that we've sort of gone through the last couple of years, but this is about as optimistic as I've seen everybody since, say, 2012, 2013.
Good thoughts, Chris Berry. Best of luck, continued success, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching our coverage here from the Minds and Money conference. We'll have more for you on Kitco.com. Thanks, Chris.